thing we know about the new long life is we're probably all going to be working longer. In fact, we think we're probably going to be working into our 70s. That means that work and the businesses that employ us are going to play a very important role in our lives. What can they do to make sure that we have a life that flourishes? Well, here's a couple of ideas. Number one, they really need to do more to support families. Relationships, relate, is one of the three pillars that we believe is crucial for a long life. Why is it, for example, that so few dads take paternity leave or take time off to spend time with their kids? Maybe with COVID, they'll change their mind about that. But why don't corporations do more to support dads and indeed to support families? The second thing about a new long life is this notion of narratives, the idea that people can build up their possible selves. Well, actually, corporations can make that pretty difficult by saying, well, in fact, you can only really come in when you're 23, and then we want you to stay. And if you leave, we don't really want you back again. That's really old thinking. We need to help corporations think much more flexibly about ourselves and our narrative and become much more adept at thinking about our lifetime narrative. And finally, there's a whole area in terms of flourishing, which is to do with the way we explore and learn. Now, for many of us, work is where we do quite a lot of our learning. So how can we help corporations become learning organizations so that they both support our learning in terms of giving us time to learn, but also, more importantly, put coaching and mentoring at the very top of the agenda?
These new career structures are going to pose some challenges to firms, and firms need to think about how they can support them. Now, a long while ago, firms used to have a corporate pension. It's tended to go now because they can't be financially viable given how long people are living. But what a pension did was say, come and work for me and I'll make a contribution to your finances when you retire. And that was a great recruitment and retention tool. But you can think about a new type of corporate pension which supports the various needs that people have in a multi-stage life, because they're building up not just their finances, but at times they're going to need to build up their health, they're going to need to build up their relationships, and they're going to need to build up their skills. So creating a flexible working pattern which gives individuals the options at different times to change their role so they can invest in those future assets will be another way of achieving recruitment and retention, just as traditionally a financial pension did.